Now, we waited for what felt like forever to really find out what happens next for the Vezi/Khumalo family. Now, Blood and Water Season 2 finally dropped earlier this month in October, and we couldn't help but, of course, binge watch it. So, was it really worth the wait? I can't SA produced and highly anticipated teenage drama Blood and Water returned in October with a new season. And in the season again, we're unraveling the drama or the mystery surrounding the kidnapping of Buleng's older sister, Upume. And honestly, it's kept me on the edge of my seat every episode so far. So I really feel like it was really worth the wait. And finishing season 2, I was just like, oh my gosh, why is it over already? Episodes? You know what I mean? But yeah, how do you feel about it? You know,
dude, that series is intense. Yeah. It really intense. I felt like I don't think I'd want my nephews and nieces to watch it. That's how I felt. Really? Like they're too young to watch such work, you know. But it's amazing body of work. The first season was intense. It was really intense, and there's some instances where I was like cringing. It's like, ooh, I don't remember seeing this in high school. Kids of today, guys, hectic.
Very forward.
You know, they're so hectic. Yeah. But not deviating from the storyline, I felt like they're meandering. You know, it takes too long to get to the point, man.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like there were so many opportunities where Buleng was supposed to just tell Pume to say, girl, you and I are sisters. You know, there was ample opportunity, and that would have maybe given way to seeing the depth of whatever's gonna happen between them, you know, or how their relationship would pan out. You know, they behaved like sisters. Angry today, happy tomorrow. You know, cancel each other today, rekindle tomorrow. So, man, they had ample opportunities, you know, and to also unravel what happened when it comes to human trafficking, you know. That's how I felt about the whole series, but I enjoyed it. I loved each and every moment of it, even though those minute details. Although, I should say, for me, Buleng, I thought there are some instances where I'm like, I can't go for acting classes. That's how I felt, you know. But I must say they did a great job with regards to the whole series, and I feel like Kosingema Pume, she's a rising star. She's a rising star. We should keep a very keen eye on her. Be on the lookout for her. Big ups to her for playing that role very well. You know, not many young actors could do that. But she's done amazing work, and I think she's multi-talented as well, you know. What do you think of the storyline?
Well, I mean, I enjoy the whole looking for, you know, your lost sibling. But also, yes, it's spotlighting a very, very serious topic. It's not uncommon that we hear of babies being abducted, you know, in hospitals. And it's really unfortunate that a lot of the situations end up being that families don't really find, you know, the kids, their children who've been abducted. I mean, and it's oftentimes where they get to that 18-year milestone that, you know, the truth starts to get revealed, because now you need certain things in life, and finding out, you know, who you really are, who your parents are, then becomes even more important in your life. So it's very important as far as addressing that subject. And again, because it's we're using black people here in the characters, and to see in this season 2, you know, from the Mbele family, them feeling like, you know, all of this is happening because, you know, their child wasn't introduced to the ancestors. So you're seeing just that, you know, culture, black culture being weaved into the narrative. I think is quite important, because as Africans, as black people, our spirituality is very, very important to us. You know, we're very connected to our ancestors, we're very connected to acknowledging them. So seeing that coming into play is really quite important, and especially on a platform as big as Netflix is, you know what I mean? it's quite important to showcase a bit more of our culture, you know, our traditions, our belief systems, to the rest of the world. So just veering a little bit away from the narrative itself, but just seeing those things incorporated into this new season, I think was very smart. It was a great opportunity to actually do that because of the amount of attention that Blood and Water actually garnered through its first season, you know. So yeah, I am obviously like keen to see how much more is unraveled, because now we're tapping into the whole, you know, kidnapping of children syndicate that exists, but just human trafficking in general. So it's tapping into that. So I think it'll be quite interesting to see how, you know, the next season of Blood and Water really unravels. Yeah. What would you say though was like maybe your favorites? Should I say episode? Push it and say episode. I think there's just so much that happened in between each episode, but maybe a favorite theme or a favorite moment in this season.
So for me, my favorite theme was when Biltong and Dwayne actually went into the location like where it was like hectic. They were looking for the detective that handled the case of trying to find Pume, you know. I think for me, in that episode, in that entire episode, it highlights one aspect, which is there's a career day happening, and another one, this girl is actually is working in a career which many are just striving to do, you know. That juxtaposition, I was like, oh, interesting, you know. In some ways, I felt like, okay, maybe this girl is supposed to be an investigator or, you know, police detective, because she's doing more than what the South African police seemingly are doing, you know, or even private detectives, you know. But yeah, that entire theme was for me very important, and it also shows that privilege, guys. It highlights that, you see, that point is where majority of people struggle. It's where to understand that privilege is when people just make a phone call to get a job, you know, to give someone a job, you know. So those are the kind of tricky things or situations within which it highlights, and it also shows that, you know, even though you might work hard, sometimes you won't get what you want, you know, but just accept it and move forward and keep your head held up high, you know. That's what it highlighted for me. What was your favorite episode or theme?
Okay, well, I wouldn't say it was my favorite, but just a shady moment that I was like, okay, but like, was that necessary? So when the police officer came back and was there to share the DNA results that came from the swabs that they did with Biltong and Sia, I'm just mentioning so carelessly, I would say, you know, the fact that there is no match between Figile and the dad, who is Biltong's dad, but that they're in fact half sisters. You know, that was quite a sensitive topic, I think, for the family, and to just have the officer just come in and speak on it like that, I think was very insensitive for the family. But I guess it was also unraveling of another mystery that existed, another very important conversation that the family hadn't had, which I think Biltong had been alluding to herself. That there's just so many secrets when it comes to this family. You know, to just see that other layer being peeled off, I was like, okay, now we're really getting to know a bit more about Biltong's parents. So now we're moving a little bit away from the drama that is surrounding Biltong and Figile, but also the dad, I guess, partly because he's the one who tried to sell, well, eventually, I guess, sold Figile off, then Pume, but sold her off. So I think it's quite interesting now that we're tapping a bit more into the other characters. I think it's about time. You know, we've spent quite a number of episodes just focused on the kids, but now let's see a bit of the role that the parents have had to play in this. And just seeing that, I'm like excited, because it gives me the impression that we could see ourselves going to like season 5 of Blood and Water, which is, it's incredible. I think it's a great feat for a local production to go that far on that kind of platform. So yeah, not really favorite scene, but I guess the scene that just made me think, now we're getting into like, you know, more of the story. Now we're developing our characters, we're giving them more depth. Yeah. But overall, how many biltong sticks would you give it?
I think part of the reason why I would give it a 5 is that their acting was amazing, and for Miss Shabalala, Figila's mom, to actually be the antagonist, you know, I think she did everything to the T, spot on. You know, you would rise, your emotions would rise, come down, whatever. She would take you through all the pain that you could. When she goes through pain, you also go through that pain to say, but she does an amazing work. And also the introduction of KB's mom, amazing. It's amazing, and it's a great end to the whole season, you know. And I think it's opening up for season 5. Yeah, season 5, go you guys. But please, man, let's mature with it. Hopefully the kids won't be so naked.
Wow.
Yeah, hoping they won't be so naked. But yeah, how many biltong sticks will you give it?
I'll give it 4 biltong sticks. I've really enjoyed it so far. I feel like there's more potential. There's definitely potential. It's been an incredible series, really waving the South African flag. So yeah, 5 biltong sticks for me. So that gives us an average of 4.5 biltong sticks. So if you have also kept up with Blood and Water and maybe revisit season 2, so you can actually give us your comments, your thoughts on how it's been so far, and what maybe you look forward to. What do you think is going to happen next? Leave us your comments in the comment section below.
And if there's a series, film or documentary that features South Africans or African thespians, let us know in the comments. I'm Komo.
And I'm Demi. And this is the Biltong Review. Thanks for watching.